would win between an AI brand designer and a real one? I challenged an AI design program to find out. Hi, my name is Gloria and I'm a graphic designer. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to check out more challenges like these, as well as check me out on Instagram at GloriaMadeThis. It is a scary time for graphic designers everywhere. It wasn't too long ago that I first heard of AI, and now it feels like the conversation is shifting from it's a helpful tool for designers to will we even have jobs in 6 months? Today, we are going to challenge ourselves versus Lovart AI's ChatCanvas. It boasts the ability to not only generate a brand identity from just a few pictures on a mood board, but also multimodal videos, 3D assets, and instant edits through comments. We are going to see who can create the better brand. Now, I have always wanted to do a brand identity involving pizza and a mascot, so we are going to do exactly that today. The briefs. Character. Pizza slice brought to life. Cheeky, streetwise, full of motion. Style. 80s to 90s cartoon energy and modern streetwear vibe. Look, thick outlines, chunky shapes, bold color blocks. Personality, playful, rebellious, always on the move. Purpose, iconic brand hero for packaging, merch, and campaigns. We're going to be working off of the same brief using the same pictures from the mood board that I've pulled. I'm inputting my prompt for Lovart AI, pulling specific aspects from the mood board that I like, while thinking it gives me a design direction and design guidance, much like a real designer would, telling me its exact plan for the logo, for the color palette, even with hex codes, and for brand applications, like a pizza box, a t-shirt, and other merchandise. It gives me a few options to choose from, and I'm quite impressed. I think I like the fourth one the best. So let's choose that one and see what it does. In the meantime, I want to test the comment editing feature. I make changes to the canvas, but instead of edits, it generates 4 images of the exact same picture. They seem to use ChatGPT Image 1 to generate images, but I don't see an issue with the slightly beige hue that sometimes happens on generated images. I tried the chat comment feature a few more times. It's a little finicky. I requested a color palette and typography change, but it gave me green instead of orange. It might perform better on things like posters, as it did make the corrections there, background changes, facial expression tweaks, title changes. Here is the final result. Now the analog old school designer, high, or human anti-artificial intelligence. Actual intelligence, question mark. I started by taking a look at all of the elements on the mood board and calculating using my big human brain what the best elements and choices stylistically would be given the vibe of the brand. For the character, I wanted to make an old school kind of hand-drawn sketch style mascot. I got inspired by this particular image on my mood board, and I wanted to make an image of a chef riding a piece of pizza like a skateboard and kind of out on a delivery while eating one of the pieces of pizza. Just this kind of really funny, quirky little mascot that shows the personality of the brand style. So following the modern streetwear vibe, I wanted the brand to leave space for cultural events. I was imagining the brand maybe hosting a Sunday pizza party in their store, or hosting local community events, art events. I was thinking about a place that is trendy and cool, but leaves a lot of opportunity for connection and community events. Sticking to the brief, the look, thick outlines, chunky shapes, bold color blocks. As for the color palette, I love the bold, vibrant colors from the references. Since I am considering the long-term aspects of branding and future possibilities, I'm going to choose something that is not exclusive to just pizza. Red, like tomato sauce or ketchup. A nice cool tone green to match that is reminiscent of relish or pickles. Yellow, like the mustard bottles that you see at a retro diner sitting on the table. Yes, they do sell pizza, but in the future, if they should ever want to sell more hot dogs, burgers, friendship, they can. So, who do we think won this challenge? I also wanted to talk about 2 more use cases with Lovart AI that could be very helpful for designers in their brainstorming and ideation process, as well as when it comes to presenting mockups and visuals to clients. Mix and match. So this allows you to input a reference image or a few, and then by entering comments, you can pick specific elements from those graphics to use in another reference design. Basically fusing ideas from multiple sources into one poster. Video animating feature. This turns static images into motion clips. You can write specific requests like change the character's facial expressions, animate the flames, or make the character dance. I could see this being particularly useful if you have a design that you want to present or put on Instagram or show off in your portfolio that could be made a little bit more visually interesting by adding some motion. Now, I did try to use this feature with the work that I created, but just take a look. I think that if you have a lot of simple elements, it works perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly. Don't know if I can say that. As I'm competing with a tool, that might take my job. So I'll say not perfectly, good enough. In terms of takeaways, with Lovart AI, all of these generating tools exist already. They use ChatGPT's one image processor to generate images. For the video model, they use Kling AI. Lovart is basically just condensing all of these applications into one cohesive, extremely convenient, easy to use application. Yes, you could go to each individual application and put a bunch of reference images in and ask it to do these things. But the one thing that makes Lovart unique is definitely the comment feature, where you're able to select a certain part of an image and directly comment on what you would like to change, making the whole process feel as if you're directly collaborating with a designer. In my testing, the simpler the request, the better the result. The moment that I tried to do something more complex or nuanced, the results started to fall apart. That being said, I can see a lot of people, especially people who may not come from a design background, using this application purely for ease and speed. But I will say, I feel like the overall quality of these designs is on par with the mass-produced Karen Live Flat Love decor. Passable, but lacking depth, personality, wit, charm, grace, beauty, poise, generally just intentional, thoughtful design. At this point, I could see it as a helpful tool for designers to aid in their ideation and brainstorming process. But I will say right now, it also takes around 2 minutes for Lovart to change a color palette in a brand kit and incorrectly, whereas it would take me about 10 seconds. Am I scared for the future? Just like there will always be custom jewelry designers, ring makers, and tailors that provide a personalized service, something that is unique and not mass-produced. I think there will always be real designers producing something that AI just can't replicate. And that's the difference. Humans are better. For now. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Lovart AI for sponsoring this video. I think it is our duty as designers to keep on top of all of the existing software that's out there to see how we can better improve our skill set. So I'm always happy to experiment with tools like these, but what are your thoughts? Do you love AI? Do you think it's a helpful tool for designers, or are you terrified of it? Does it keep you up at night thinking that it might possibly replace you? Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.